Hello, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. I'm answering publicly posted questions on avo.com, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. And here we go. How do I know if I faced an unethical situation at work? Hello, I'm looking to have a consultation. I had a very unfortunate incident at work, and everyone I have talked to has advised me to talk to an attorney. I opened up an HR investigation on my job because an employee tried to fight me while I was on the clock. After about 2.5 weeks, I get a call from the HR partner over my case, and he tells me he needs to ask some questions that may make me uncomfortable. Uh-oh. Considering I did not know the nature of his questions, I agreed. Yeah, of course. Why not? Apparently, during their investigation, there were claims that came up against me. These claims left my HR partner asking me if I had a sugar daddy and an OnlyFans account. What I do outside of my job is none of their business. However, I spent 26 minutes answering questions about my life outside the job. I find myself needing to talk to someone about this. Is this acceptable? Because I am being told by many that it's not. Okay. So let's give some background to the viewers. An OnlyFans account is a website where people pay for access to like videos and media content. And it's used for lots of things. But one of the main things it's used for is like famous YouTubers or Instagram models, people that, famous influencer types, will often post sexually explicit content and get paid for it. Right, so people pay to access it. Now, well, I guess we should probably define sugar daddy too. I don't want to assume. I have to know these things because I'm an employment attorney, and employment as a field is really crazy. And the first case I ever worked on as a young employment attorney came with like 6 boxes of pornography. Right, it's a weird industry, right? So don't think less of me for knowing this stuff. I know it through my job. Sugar daddy is like someone you're seeing, could be exclusively, could be not, who generally pays some portion of your bills, right? It's not technically prostitution, I guess, depending on the laws of your jurisdiction, because they're like, this sugar person is paying like things like rent or giving gifts or buying expensive gifts or cell phone bills, stuff like that. So, these accusations are all kind of tied to a lot of this stuff comes up with like the young Instagram influencers, Instagram models, young new media stars. A lot of this stuff comes up, right? And okay, so you're right, it's none of their business. Although I think you might be wrong about why it's none of their business. Here's what's going on. Can companies terminate you for things you do outside the workplace? They can. Is that their business? No, I agree with you. It's not. But I'll give you an example. Like all those people who went to the Capitol and all those Trump supporters, not getting involved in politics here, they went to the Capitol to like protest because they thought Trump had won the election, and many of them were fired by their jobs because they all had their pictures on social media, right? Now, in most states, that termination was entirely legal because an employer can terminate you if you're an at-will employee, for any non-discriminatory reason or no reason at all. They don't really need like an on-the-clock reason, right? Now, there's some arguments that they were engaged in political activities, and maybe that's protected in a couple states, but that's not going to apply to you here. So, employers can generally terminate you for things you do outside of work. But I say to you, I don't think this HR partner would have had this conversation that he had with you, and I assume it's a man, I don't know that. This HR partner would not have had that conversation with, let's say, me, right? If I was working your job, and I don't know if you do have an OnlyFans, I don't know if you don't, I do know, none of my business, but I also know if I did or did not have my own OnlyFans, and let's be honest, nobody would watch me, but if I had my own OnlyFans, and I was working, and somebody tried to fight me, I bet you the HR partner wouldn't come to me like, listen, bro, you got an OnlyFans? Ugh, right? Like it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. They're targeting you, in my opinion, because you're a woman, right? Because there's a double standard, right? People want to control the sexuality of women, whereas some guy with an OnlyFans, they're like, oh, good for that guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a real ladies' man, right? So I would submit to you that you are correct, ultimately, that they are outside the law here. But I read this as an issue of gender. In fact, I read it as an issue of gender discrimination. Because there's a double standard. Because people want to control women's sexuality, but they're fine with men's. Boys will be boys, right? And so your gut is correct. And again, I don't know if you have a sugar daddy. I don't know if you have an OnlyFans. I don't care. You do you. Complete support. I think you have a case. I think it's time to talk to an employment attorney. The HR partner is a fool. And why I ask you, would you have an OnlyFans account have the first thing to do with you getting assaulted at work by some person who wants to fight you, right? Way to muddy the waters, HR. Way to let's. Oh, we don't know. I mean, sure, he tried to fight you in the workplace, but I hear you got some pictures online. Huh? What? It's not fair. It's not right. I'm getting riled. Sorry. Call an employment attorney. I think it's a gender claim. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to go through this. I think that's probably a pretty jarring experience. And good luck to you. If you did feel this video was helpful, listen to me. Like, I got to do my closeout now. I'm all riled up, but I got to do closeout. If you if you felt this video was helpful, consider liking, subscribing, or even leaving a comment down below. Those things all really help me to help more people. And good luck to you.